So my name's Marina Simone. I teach busy moms how to slay online sales by leveraging their personal brand on social media. I help women become fierce, blossom, and free, become your true selves, and take more mamas from the cubicle to the throne. That's exactly why I got started in network marketing, but that's why I branched out into the branding and marketing and digital marketing world. Best of both worlds over here. My first 2 years in network marketing, though, I had no success. I was a single mom. Anaya's dad and I have a 9-year-old daughter and I have a 9-month-old. My 9-year-old, her dad and I were not together. We're together now, but we weren't together at the time. We were young, stupid, whatever. So I lived the single mom life and it was rough. It was really, really hard. And when I got introduced to network marketing, I was working in a cubicle. Maybe some of you can relate being in a job right now that you just aren't happy in, or maybe you're happy at the job, but you're missing out on things in life. And that's what was happening to me. I will never forget the day when I was sitting at my cubicle, 3 computers, not one, 3 computers at my desk. I was working for a third-party company with Amazon, and I got the text from the nanny, not the nanny, but the woman that worked at the daycare center where my 9-year-old at the time was a year old, was staying. And a friend of mine that worked there was like, Marina, I hate to tell you this. And I was like, what? She's like, Anaya just took her first steps. And that was a moment for me that, one, made me feel like the worst mom on the planet. It also made me feel like I was hopeless, like I was going to continue to miss things over and over and over again in her life. And then I got introduced to network marketing. But it wasn't that happily ever after story right away. For 2 years, I didn't make money. But I'm so grateful for those 2 years because it was a learning experience. It wasn't until I started building on Instagram and Facebook for my network marketing business that within a 90-day period, I became a 6-figure income earner, which was insane. I had never made more than $2,000 a month in my life. And all of a sudden, here I am making $10,000 plus a month. Let's just say I needed my relationship with money to be better, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. And so I just truly believe that if you don't give up and you stay consistent and you find your voice and you find your mission and you find your humans on social media, you can truly build a tribe of just incredible, incredible women. And, you know, we drizzle some men in there here and there, but I recruit women. That's just how I roll. But you can just build such an amazing community and family that it not only will bring you just an insane amount of income, it's truly going to bring you an insane amount of joy and happiness. Finding a mission bigger than just making more money helps me to connect with humans on a deeper level and truly serve my audience. So whether, I just want to kind of put this, I feel like somebody needs to hear this, but right now you might just be looking to make money. I teach people how to serve their audiences. Because when you're truly serving an audience, when you're truly serving a community, the impact you make is so much bigger than just a paycheck. So I want to help you get Instagram notifications coming through. And I want to help you get DMs coming through. Yeah, I want to help you connect to new humans, new leads, and I want to help you do that within less than 20 minutes a day. Can I get an amen? Less than 20 minutes a day. So there's that one thing that I'm going to teach you that can completely change the game for you on Instagram. It's going to be really simple. I'm going to show you how to not get lost in the scroll hole, not how to get lost in seriously scrolling through the Instagram stories and having no income producing activity. I want to help you understand a little bit more about the platform and help you to understand the importance of it. What is the number one fear or thing that holds you back when it comes to building your brand and your business on Instagram? What is that thing that scares the crap out of you? So I want to share with you guys what it was for me. One of the things that I really had this misconception with Instagram was that in order for me to make money, I had to have like a celebrity following, right? How many of you felt that way before? Where you felt like, just say me in the comments, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, well, of course she's making money. She has 15,000 followers. Or of course she's making this much money. She gets this many views. Have any of you felt that way before? Here's the thing. I felt that way because I was always comparing myself to other people and what other people were doing. I want to help you stop that right now. If you're scrolling on Instagram and you see a bunch of the girls, fake girls with their booties poking out, looking like models, that does not attract the type of human that wants to build a business. Posting on Instagram is not necessarily like posting on Facebook. Long captions are great, but images that pop are better. So on Facebook, most people are reading before they see. On Instagram, it's the complete opposite. People see before they read, because what do they see first? They don't see the image, they don't see the text first, they see the image and then the caption, right? So we want to catch attention with the image. So my number one tip for all of you is you don't have to be this photographer. However, you need to brighten your photos. It gives you that option on Instagram to where you can brighten your photos. There's a cool app called Lightroom where you can actually insert your photos and then kind of just play around. You want to make sure that they pop. You want to make sure that they're bright, because if you are posting an image that's like dark, you're going to get scrolled right past. People are going to scroll right past you. So image first, then caption. So I'm going to help you guys out a little bit more about that. When you're posting on Instagram, there's kind of like three phases or three pillars, not phases. There's three pillars that I really pay attention to. I think about number one, my pillar of what are the types of things I know my audience needs to learn, or what are the pain points that they've shared with me, so I can create content around what they want to see. Not what kind of information can I go put out there that will make it viral. No, we don't want to put viral content out there, because that's not going to attract the type of person you want to work with. That's just going to attract a bunch of people that follow you that you never convert into money. Doesn't make sense, right? So we want to put content out there. The first pillar is the type of content that your people are kind of fiending for. What do they need to learn? What pain points do they have? So when you think about that first pillar, what do you have to do to get that information? You have to ask questions. Go live on your Instagram and ask questions. Even if one person shows up, talk to that person. Maybe you message people that are following you and you say, listen, hey, I'm doing some data research and I was wondering, what are some of the struggles you have when it comes to X? What's your industry? Maybe you're in beauty. What are some of the struggles you have when it comes to finding makeup? What are some of the struggles you have when it comes to doing your hair? What are the struggles you have when it comes to, what skincare regimen to use, right? Ask questions, DM your followers, ask them directly, make a post, ask people for their opinion. They'll absolutely give you their opinion. Or in the stories, you can actually do like a question box where people can fill out as well. So those are different. An IG Live and an IGTV are completely different. So I want you to start thinking about what's the first pillar is, what's the type of content that will hit on pain points of your audience, okay? Number two, the second pillar is showing people that you're real. Showing people that you're raw, real, and relatable. So one of the mistakes that a lot of these Instagram models are making is they're attracting for vanity and they're not attracting real humans that are wanting connection. They're just attracting people, usually men, that are just going to like them and make inappropriate comments. We don't want that. Unless you're fashion bloggers or anything like that, then obviously it's different. You want to post fashion. But for most of us that are in marketing, selling ourselves, which sounds super creepy, but we're marketing ourselves or branding ourselves, we want to be real, raw, and relatable. You have to show not just the puppies and rainbows on Instagram. You have to show the realness. And no, we're not just going to get on there and vomit a bunch of drama and vomit a bunch of complaining. We're going to share the problem and the solution you found. That's the point of this, is to build true connection on Instagram. And then the third pillar is the entertainment. So if you're teaching what people need to see, you're being raw, real, and relatable, you're letting them in your world, and then you're entertaining them, you're showing them the fun side, you're showing, the funny side. TikTok is a great way to do that. I've been doing that. I'm not really like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go build a whole nother platform with TikTok, which I probably will because that's what I do. But I'm repurposing that content right now on Instagram and it's blowing up. People love it. People love to see the fun side of me pretending like I know how to dance and all that jazz, right? So think about those 3 pillars when it comes to your content on Instagram. And I've never shared those 3 pillars before. These are brand new trainings that I'm putting inside of a special course that we haven't even talked about yet, which we'll get into in a minute, okay? So the last thing I want to kind of go over with you guys is how to be unforgettable on Instagram. Becoming unforgettable on Instagram is a must. Being unforgettable on any social media platform is a must, but how can you create eye contact? How can you create eye contact quickly? So in order for you to spend less than 20 minutes a day on Instagram without getting caught up, you need to, 1, set a timer. So here is my secret sauce. I will set a timer for 20 minutes. I actually do 15, but start with 20 and then you can get it down to 15. And I set it for 15 minutes and I get in and I get out. Get in and I get out. And I do that 3 times a day. Why? Otherwise I'll get stuck in the scroll hole. I'll end up on one post and all of a sudden I'm like down this deep dark hole and I'm clicking on all these people's this and that and I'm screenshotting stuff and getting ideas and all of a sudden I look up and it's like 2 hours later. Set a timer. Set a timer. It's really, really important that you set a timer. How many of you have heard of my 3-3-3 method? If you haven't, I'm about to share it with you. It's very simple. I'm going to go to 10 people a day. I'm going to comment on their post. I'm going to reply to their Instagram story. And I'm going to compliment them in their DM. And I'm going to do that to 10 people every single day for 3 days straight. And on the 3rd day, I rip off the Band-Aid and ask if they're open to taking a look at what I do. Boom. If you're doing that with your existing followers and you're doing it with new people on a consistent basis, it helps to draw people to your profile where you're sharing the 3 pillars, that we just went over, and it's going to create eye contact and brand awareness. So someone will look at a good friend of mine's profile and she only has 300 followers, but she has a 7-figure brand and she leverages it on Instagram. Her biggest clients are coming from Instagram. So your followers don't matter if you're not building connection, if you're not building brand awareness, and if you don't know how to convert them. So I will see you guys soon. Bye.